So I had this really awesome client for a number of years. He was a good friend. I met him really early on in my time in the fitness industry. I went out and spoke at a conference in California and probably, gosh, all the way back in around 2007 and met him there and stayed friends with him throughout. Helped him open his first boot camp, even carried the equipment to his car from the Perform Better Summit in Long Beach. Gentleman's name, Sam Bakhtiari, passed away back, I think at the end of 2020. And leading up to that, he had built an absolute empire, a 9-figure fitness business that encompassed corporately owned locations, franchising, supplements. He was Alex Hormozy's mentor. Alex was his apprentice, and he was the creator of that Lose 20 and 6 challenge that really was kind of the springboard for all the gym launch stuff. So Sam was really a disciplined, committed guy. He'd get up and go train at 4:30 in the morning. Just really locked in on stuff. And with his challenge and kind of with himself, he had this acronym he'd stick to. It was this FTDI, follow the damn instructions, right? And it was really simple, but it worked. And, I've thought about this many times over. And it's like, man, if somebody would just join, like let's say they joined our program and they were doing, $5, $6, $7, $8,000 a month, and their goal was to get to 20. They wanted to build a solid business that paid them a decent living. They could do what they love. They could kind of hit that first milestone for a lot of people, that $20K month, or if they want to be the primary service provider, they could pay themselves pretty well and have a nice business that was largely self-employed with a little bit of help. Really, all they would have to do is install our planning and win the week system and execute it week after week. Install our monthly marketing system and execute it week after week. And install the foundational elements of our operating systems, the client onboarding, the client other 165, be able to train up any help you're going to have, even if it's just part-time help. And man, if they just did that, they'd be fine. If they could adhere to that, follow those instructions, stick to that plan for 18 months, it would almost be challenging for them not to get to 20K. And if somebody were at 20 or 25K and their goal was to get to 40, 45 and be at that $500,000 mark, same thing, man. If they just had the foundational stuff and then bolted on the systems they didn't have that we talked about in Project 500, those systems that you need to scale a business and actually get more help and start to evolve into a little bit more of a leader owner role, it would almost be, I don't want to say impossible, but improbable that somebody didn't hit their goals. And I know that, if you've been stuck for a while, that may seem far-fetched, but it's kind of like, hey, if somebody followed your training, nutrition, recovery blueprint, your system, your training protocol for 18 months, what are the odds that they wouldn't end up just totally transforming the way they looked and felt and having a dramatic impact on their health or performance? I mean, but that's the thing is, well, most people will kind of fumble around and search for new tactics. They'll fumble around and look for the shiny object. They'll look for the one marketing tactic that cures all. They'll look for the one offer that propels them to new heights. Kind of like that 20 and 6 challenge that I referred to earlier. And they'll miss just doing the work consistently. And man, it kind of is simpler than we often want to make it. It's like, did you do the work today? Did you do the work to improve? Not do the work to sustain where you are, but did you do the work you needed to do to go from where you are towards where you want to be? That incremental step. Did you install something? Did you improve something? Did you do the marketing that you needed to do? Make the offers you needed to make? Add people to your pipeline? Because success isn't all that complicated. It's not easy, but it's not complicated. It's saying, okay, I'm going to follow the instructions. I'm going to do the things that I need to do, and I'm going to do them consistently, even if I don't get some sort of immediate reward, even if I don't get this immediate gratification every day. If I don't get a new client today or even a new lead today, it doesn't mean I stop marketing. If something doesn't go my way and I don't get a pat on the back or an attaboy, oh well, I get up and I do the work the next day. And if you consistently do that and you have that kind of perseverance and you can weather the laws where maybe the rewards and the evidence that you're making progress aren't always apparent, but you stay the course and you follow the instructions and you do the work, it is almost inevitable that you're going to be successful. I mean, I would challenge anybody that that we work with that may have kind of had one kind of foot in the water, but not really fully committed to following the systems. I'd challenge all of them, like, follow the systems and see how much progress you make in 12 to 18 months. And I'd tell you, if you are, looking for those goals, partner with us and work with us in the framework that allows you to do that, or find somebody else who you align with that does similar things and just commit to it. Say, look, I'm all in for 12 to 18 months because frankly, that's what I'd love my clients to do. So I'm going to do the same thing. And we often in our industry talk about, man, I want people to be committed. Well, then lead by example. Be committed. Be committed to following the instructions, following the plan, doing the work each and every day, and just consistently moving towards where you want to go without always having the immediate gratification necessary to pull you along. If you do that, you're going to reach your goals. You're going to build the business that you want. You're going to create something that may very well exceed anything that you could have hoped for. I've seen it time and time again. People who came to me and they had this vision for building something that was a couple $100,000 annually, and next thing you know, they're doing $600,000, $700,000, $800,000. People that wanted to shift. I mean, I talked to a former client the other day who exited his business for almost $1 million. And I remember vividly when he was just kind of plodding along, doing one-on-one training, and he was making less than $100,000 a year in personal income. But he made some shifts and installed some systems, and next thing you know, he's built a business that not only is generating a lot of money, but it was strong enough and stable enough and systematic enough that he could exit for almost $1 million. I mean, it is possible, and in fact, more than you're imagining is probably possible in most cases, but it's not going to come without following a plan like what I've been alluding to during this episode. And whether it's my plan or somebody else's plan that you're adapting to fit you, you need a plan and you need to be committed to it. Yeah, you need to feel good about it, but you're only going to get the rewards if you're committed to it. So if in doubt, FTDI.